Hello, my name is Rafael Ospina, and my Capstone Project for the digital transformation course at Berkeley University. This is my final presentation, and we're going to talk about Electra, which is a retail store in Peru. It's part of a Mexican group in Peru. It has 20 years of experience, and I've been recently hired as the corporate director of digital businesses. So please join me to share with you my presentation. Okay. All right. So as I mentioned, we're going to talk about Electra, which is part of a Mexican group called Grupo Salinas. It's a huge group in Mexico, 20 years of experience in Peru, and uh, and 10 were good years, but 10 were not so good. So these are the facts of the company. Competitors are doing e-commerce, but we are not doing e-commerce very well, right? So there's an opportunity there. And as I mentioned, I've been recently hired as corporate director for digital businesses. So the opportunity is to relaunch the e-commerce business, right? And target this group that has not been targeted with digital products, so the emerging economic population. There's also a huge change in leadership, not just myself, but also there's a corporate CEO, a new one, there's new management in the businesses, and there's also new structure in which the Peruvian leaders have the power to make decisions rather than accepting the Mexican decisions. This was a good opportunity for us to turn around the business. The prioritization criteria, it is self-explanatory as I see it. Sales data is completely available. We can track it, either e-commerce or in-store sales, same ERP. And we're going to try to include feedback from the consumer through social media, and also key metrics such as cost per click, cost per acquisition, number of visits, conversion rates, success rates, all these things. In terms of cultural alignment, it is very important that that the company is eager to make a change, because we acknowledge as a company that results were not great because of certain things that they have identified as major problems. Right now, they're willing to change, so they're open to changing structures, processes, decision-making processes, all those things. And the workflow would definitely need changes for these, the one that I'm presenting. So it's good timing, excellent timing. In terms of success metrics, e-commerce sales and contribution margin is the most important one. And also app downloads or website visitors, it's also very important, as I mentioned in the past, customer feedback as well. In terms of data inventory, pretty much our systems have everything we need, which is very cool. But we need to integrate with other platforms in order to launch a successful e-commerce business. That's where BTEX comes in place. They're going to do all the onboarding and the fulfillment thing, and connect all the different dots that right now are managed manually, and that is the main opportunity of improvement that we have, as I mentioned in the last bullet. The swim lane process, this is how we do e-commerce right now. As you can see there's lots of waiting time for the customer, and there's a lot of steps, and in the new process, not just reduced the number of steps, but also the waiting time for the customer. So we ended up shortening by half the time in which the customer waits for its package, which is very cool. It has I'm sure it's going to have a direct impact in the business. Right? There's some highlights. As I mentioned, a lot of time reduced. The documentation needed can be automated, and we definitely benefit from that, and that's the main opportunity of reducing times, and I hope it's going to be very successful. But here I'm presenting it as an A/B testing scenario in which we analyze existing orders with existing model and comparing them to the in-store sales as well, to see how much e-commerce is contributing right now, and to see how much it will contribute in, for example, January, where we launched these and we're away from the December season, so we can compare apples to apples, and then Also making two different clusters, one for tickets below 500 soles, which is our currency, and one which is 500 and up, because they have different times, they have different behaviors. So I'm very happy to share this with you. We'll implement it soon, and I hope I can share with you the results late March if we maintain contact, and I'm sure I'm going to be successful, and a lot of it is thanks to you. Thank you very much, guys.